So we'll begin again with the recitation for refuge and bodhicitta.
Until the summit of enlightenment is reached, I and all beings go for refuge to the sources of true refuge. I will now practice the absorption of calm abiding in order to release all beings from their particular suffering and establish them in lasting peace and happiness. Until the summit of enlightenment is reached, I and all beings go for refuge to the sources of true refuge. I will now practice the absorption of calm abiding in order to release all beings from their particular suffering and establish them in peace and happiness. Until the summit of enlightenment is reached, I and all beings for refuge to the sources of true refuge. I will now practice the absorption of abiding in order to release all beings from their particular suffering and establish them in lasting peace and happiness.
So I want to read a very short, again, piece from the Ninth Karmapa, which you could take as an explanation of why the process of meditation and our efforts to discover the nature of mind are so difficult. So he says, the mind is not to be found through searching. It is not seen by looking. If examined, it is found to be non-existent. If grasped at, it cannot be held. If dismissed, it does not go. If left, it does not stay. If mixed, it does not blend. It cannot be split through division. It cannot be parted by separation. It is not known through looking. It is not realized through explanations. It cannot be illustrated by any example. It cannot be arrived at through any means. No matter what name it is given, it cannot be contradicted. If you wonder how to do this practice, do not intentionally think, and do not deliberately not think. Do not remain indifferent. Do not let thoughts go their own way. Do not follow the arising of your feelings. Do not bring in the adulteration of reasoning and examination. So there you have it. So let's begin another session. Again, the prized state of mind is the situation where we have the experience of placing the mind on some object or some image, external or visualized, whatever it is. The prized place is that the mind rests there once it's been placed without effort for longer periods. The clear, most profound method for this, for beginners like ourselves, is to engage in short sessions. And each of us can have a sense of what our short session is. For some, it could be relatively long, and others it needs to be even shorter. If you find it easy to rest your awareness on something for 1 second, then try 3 seconds, and so on. If you're trying to bash your way into it by going for 1-hour sessions, probably you will never get there. So take those things into account and carefully monitor how your meditation is going, and shorten and lengthen the sessions as required. In other words, experiment a little.
this virtue may I quickly realize Mahamudra and establish all beings without exception in this state.
So we'll have a few announcements and then we'll have an hour and a half break. Come back at 1:30.
The thing. Where's the button? There we go. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lama Michael. Well, let's see. This is Sunday. And it's, I just getting us oriented, John. Some of us who need that. As far as I know, here's the lineup. Wednesday night, Chenrezig. Thursday night,
Chenrezig with Q&A.
Oh, Chenrezig with Q&A. This is special Chenrezig, which follows the first Sunday. So Chenrezig with Q&A. And on Saturday, did the young people already meet? This last Friday, okay. Saturday, Julie Herlacher will have session number 2 of the Fascinating Death and Dying. That was started yesterday, and by the way, it's on the KCC YouTube channel if you want to look at that. It was quite good. And then I will be leading a non-residential retreat on Tonglen here, December 8th, Friday, December 9th, Saturday, with a great deal of encouragement, since we're non-residential, to carry the practice at home through Friday night till you come back Saturday. So you're welcome to come to that. If you can only do one of the days, just let me know. And the other part of it is plan now so you can come to both days. Yeah. And then here's a beautiful new flyer by our friend Mary Woods. It's got this great Bodhisattva picture on it. So KCC always does an annual Bodhisattva celebration. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like our winter solstice, Christmas, whatever thingo. And that will be here. The difference this year is we're moving it into the afternoon because the evening was not working so well for parents and kids, ending at 9 or something. So this will be Saturday, December 16th, 2 to 4:30 p.m. So we'll have snacks and stories and songs, and it's a great deal of fun. And there's a poster back there. And here's Mary Woods right there with her hand up if you have questions.
So a little bit more about that is that also I've gotten positive feedback from moving it to the afternoon from our older members too, that have been not able to come because of driving in the dark. And I'm kind of adding myself to that list these days, not liking to so much. And it's really a family-friendly event. And also, if you have out-of-town friends here or just friends that want to come, it's a very welcoming thing, because we try to, anybody who wants to come and tell a story or do something is welcome to. It doesn't have to be a Buddhist story or a presentation. It can be anything that represents the Bodhisattva ideal in all beings, and we honor that during this time. So if you can come, please do. It's very fun, it's relaxed, and sometimes a little silly even. So also happy silliness is invited. And there'll be the opportunities to help with a few things too, so I'll be sending emails out about that in the near future.
One more. I hesitate to say one last item because I never know what else people have on their minds. But one more item is next Saturday morning. I'll be leading a session from 9 till noon about the foundational practices. I didn't really want to have it on the same day as Julie's program, but we started counting all our fingers and toes and couldn't find days that didn't already have something. So it's primarily intended or spurred on by the people who are going to India for the Mahamudra seminar, because the preliminary practices are part of the Mahamudra practice program. So it's mainly driven by that, but anybody who has been doing it and wants a bit of a refresher on some points or some inspiration to engage in the practice in a fresh way, it could be just the thing.
Is that it? Anything out here? It's not this week. It's the second. Alan is saying mind training, but the mind training is the second and fourth Thursdays. So is it the second? Oh, okay, thank you. I can't do the math. Okay, so Thursday, come. We have moved into a new mind training text called the 8 Verses of Thought Transformation. It's lively. It will turn your self-centered attitude on its head and destroy it. Well, it has that potential.
If that happens on Thursday night, you don't need to come to anything else.
Yeah, but you got to do the work. It's only the blueprint.